Okay, today we're going to learn continuation of the halacha, the height of the mezzuza. Just want to clarify for yesterday's shiur, somebody pointed out when we said that the mitzvah min hamuvchar to put it in the beginning of shlish ha'elyon, the lowest part of the upper third. So he said we're talking about the end of the mezuzah, not the beginning of the mezuzah. The end, the bottom part of the mezuzah should not enter the 2/3 of the doorpost. Yeah, it's true. So meaning the mezuzah, the end of the mezuzah, the bottom part of the mezuzah, have to be no lower. It have to be above the 2/3 of the doorpost. That's one nakuda. The other nakuda I want to bring. Yesterday we said that according to most poskim that I mentioned over here, it was the mechaber, the Ramah, the Lavush, that mitzvah min hamuvchar, to put it like the Rambam says, the beginning of the shlish ha'elyon, the beginning of the upper third. So we brought the Nekudas HaKesef, the Shach, he says, Lav Davke Adarabah, he says that the main shita is, it says you go all the way to the top, so it's a good minhag. He saw a lot of people putting the mezuzah higher than that. So I said, L'maisa v'chora looks like to follow the most poskim. So I want to just reiterate this again. Even according to the Shach, he's maskim, if you're putting the mezuzah in the beginning of the upper third, that's kosher. He doesn't say it's not. He's just saying, since the main halacha, according to Dos, which is saying, like Rashi, the Rosh, you could go all the way to the top. So he says you go higher too. He said, but Mimela, so if you ask me Lamaisa, what's the better way? Definitely the better way to do like the Shulchan Aruch, the Ramah, the Lavush, to put it in the beginning of the upper third, because the Shach is masking to that's kosher. The Shaila is, he says it's even kosher if you go higher than that. So Lamaisa, if you do it like the Lavush and the Shulchan Aruch and the Ramah, according to everybody, it's kosher. And according to Shulchan Aruch and the Ramah and the Lavush, it's lechatchila that should be this way. That's why I think anyway that's the ideally that's the ideal height of the mezuzah. You should put it in the beginning of shlish ha'elyon. Again, that the end of the mezuzah reaches the beginning of shlish ha'elyon, meaning you don't enter with the bottom of your mezuzah to the 2/3 of the door. Okay. Now the shaila is, we said we're going to talk about it yesterday, we're going to talk about it today. We said that what happens if the door is very high? If you're going to put it in shlish ha'elyon, it's very, very high going to be. What are you going to do then? So it's interesting. The Tosfos in Menachos Daf Lamed Gimel Amud Beis, he brings like this. Ubiyerushalmi mashma beperek beis the Megillah, the kshapesach gavoya harbe, if the door is very tall, manicha keneged kesefov, you put it, then you go by your shoulder height. You don't go by the 2/3 of the third of the door. You go by your shoulder. It should be by your shoulder. V'choylek ala shas shalonu. It says that this Yerushalmi, it disagrees with the way that the Tosfos understood that in the way according to the Bavli that it should be by shlish ha'elyon. That was how we brought from the name of Shmuel, have to be by the shlish ha'elyon. Now the Beis Yosef quotes this Tosfos and he says, then he brings the Mordechai. Mordechai Kosav, Mesupak hayori, imahidi Yerushalmi she'enicha Rav Chanina keneged kisfoisov polik atalmuda didon. The Gemara in Yerushalmi brings us the story that Rav Chanina and his shul, that the mezuzah was by his shoulders height, not by the upper third. So the Tosfos says it's choylak ala shas shalanu. The Mordechai says al mesupak if it's choylak ala shas shalanu. He says b'delom maflik ben gavoy lenamuch mi unire the lamayla miksevlein lamaisa. The Mordechai rules that don't put it above your shoulders. Im apesach gavoy kakach. You have to put it in a place that's more visible to you, not so high. That's why the Mordechai is first Yerushalmi said that's how it was done. Halacha Lamaisa by the shul of Rav Chanina, and he's not sure if the Bavli Choyle can. So Lamaisa says you should put the mezuzah by the shoulders height. B'mukom sheyachol liroison. וכן משהו בדקומה מניחה בטפח הסמוך לרשוס הרבים, כדי שיפגע במצווה מיד. עד כאן לשון, that's the lesson of the morning. Meaning, if you remember, we learned that the mitzvah of the mezzuza should be b'tefach hasomoch lechutz, and the reason for it, when you approach the house, immediately you see it. You don't even mean, what's the difference, the split of a second, if you're going to see it, a tefach later, a tefach, still, the same thing over here, you have to see it miyad, so memela, that's have to be ben ksefo. If it's above that, it's not such a miyad. So that's, and l'maisa like this, all the poskim, that's how the poskim, the taz, the shach, when the levush, when the Aruch HaShulchan, when you have l'maisa, like I said, the ideal height on a regular door, it's shlish, beginning of shlish elyon. If it's a very tall door, then you put it by your shoulders. That's how. That's so far in what the Sforim I have available in front of me. I didn't see anybody disagrees with that psak. So you put it by your shoulders.
Which shoulders?
Oh, so you're going to say an average shoulder. The taller, yes, average shoulder, or people the bnei abayis, if you know the average shoulder, you're going to say. Oh, now I saw in Sefer Shulchan Menachem they bring over here like this. They said in year Tovshin Vov, the Rebbe, the Lubavitcher Rebbe, wrote an answer, and he says, "Im adelas gevoya b'yoser, if the door is very tall, koivo neget ksefo." Right? Like I said, all the poskim you see over here, the B'Yosef, the all of them saying that when it's the discrepancy, meaning too high, if you're going to be shlish elyon, it's going to be too high, you put it by your shoulders. Then they bring over there, it's not so poshut, because they say that the Rav Lando, Rav Yankov Lando, Olav Shalom, the Rav of Bnei Brak, wrote the letter to the Rebbe, that he was the Rav by the Rebbe Rashab still, and he remembers over there by the Rebbe Rashab, they put it by they didn't go by the kosev, they didn't go by the shoulders, they went by beginning of shlish elyon, even though the door was tall. And especially they said it's al pi Kabbalah, it's we go with the shlish elyon. That's why they leave it in Tzarichin. What Lomaisa they say, maybe if the Rebbe at Tovshin Vov would have this information of under that in Rostov by the Rebbe Rashab, that was according to the Mukabah, maybe he would change his mind. But they leave it, but it's not a clear hoira. So like this again, I didn't see I'm going to look for it. They say where to look. The letter of the Rabbi Yaakov Landa, what his quotes are and how it was. So Lamaisa, so far, like I said, from what we see from all the poskim, what available so far, it looks like you go by that's what the Rebbe wrote also in Tafshin Vav, that you go by the shoulders. The only kashi I have on it, and I think I have a teretz while giving the shir, the teretz came to me. If the whole idea, you should see the mezuzah. That's why you go by your shoulder height. Don't go too high. That's all I did. The mezuzah, you could see it. Remember, Yichud Hashem, we said, the Gemara in Shabbos says that Ner Chanukah, she'inicha lemala michof ama psula, have to be below chof amma, below 20 amas, and Rashi brings over there the la shoulder be'ena. The eye don't see more than 20 amas, but below 20 amas, you could see it. So if you could see it, what's the problem? If it's going to be b'shlish el, and even the door is high, at esrim amos shoulder be'ena.
Hanukkah light is a lot different than a mezuzah.
I'm sorry?
A Hanukkah light is a lot different than a mezuzah.
Why?
It's burning, it's bright, it's
very good. So
eye.
There, very good. So you could say that something, it's one teretz I thought this morning, maybe because the over there it's more it's a mezuzah, it's usual, it's on the door. Over there it's a nace, it's a light, or maybe over there you could go even higher. However, Lamaisa, the same thing we do by the Movoi and by the Sukkah also. It's not by the Movoi, but Sukkah we go by 20 amas. So you see, it's not the light, it's not the miracle. Movoi with Sukkah you're going to say also, okay, it's only 7 days, it's something new. You could, but the Movoi, it could be every Shabbos up to 20 amas. It's kosher. So Lamaisa, I think the teretz is, I think what we read, just the lotion of the Mordechai. I think it's the teretz is right there. The Mordechai said, look, ומי נראה דלמעלה מכסף ולא יניחנה, אם הפסח גבוה ככך, דלא יניחנה לאלה במקום שאינו נראה לוי, וכן משהו מתקום מניחה בטפח הסמוך לירושלים, כדי שיפגע במצווה מיד. Again, like I mentioned before, when you say put it the tefach hasamuch l'rishus harabim, there's two opinions over there. One should see it immediately. The other one, it should be protecting you even on the first tefach. Okay, that's I understand. But according to the second shita, you should see it immediately. Again, what the difference between seeing it in the first tefach or tefach later? What difference? In Zman, it's not even a split of a second. It looks like in the mezzuza that the miyad of it, the immediate seeing, it's important. So same thing over here. You're right. You could see up to 20 amos. It might take you a second or two or whatever. Split. But over here, the inyan and sukkah, like according to this opinion, that the first after we the tefach hasamuch l'shusam, that you should immediately get in touch with the mezuzah. So in Meila, there's an inyan also over here, even though sholta ba'ena l'mayla ad esrim amos till 20 amos you could see it, but there's the inyan of the immediate over here in the mezuzah that's important. Mamash, immediately if it's on your shoulder height, you right away get you see you interact with the mezuzah and you remember Achdus Hashem. Okay. Oh, it's there.